The number one thing I hear women say all the time when they're starting their businesses is that they feel really overwhelmed and they're full of doubt. It's all really normal, and I'm really passionate about this topic. So I have some things that I think will really help you if you're feeling this way as well. Every now and again, I do some episodes that really light me up, and this is definitely one of them. So grab those headphones and listen in, and let's step forward together. Hello, friend. Are you ready to stop doubting and start believing in the power of your abilities? Welcome to Step Forward with Terry Mullen. I'm a mom to 4 adults, wife of 34 years, a midlife entrepreneur, and your confidence coach who transformed my own doubt into confidence to speak, write my book, start a podcast, and launch my business. Now I empower other amazing women just like you to do the same. Confidence doesn't hide, play small, or diminish its abilities. It actually steps forward. So lean in and learn some strategies to crush that fear, amplify your voice, and build confidence to create your own impact and income. I'm here to encourage you every step of the way. Let's step forward. Hi, friend. One of the things that I hear from women mostly is that they feel overwhelmed when they're starting their business, and then they also don't feel qualified. They don't feel qualified enough to start it. And if that's you, you're not alone. It's really normal. Research actually shows that women are more likely to experience confidence gaps, like not feeling good enough or qualified or feeling confident enough, compared to men, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship and starting a business. And that is everything from, brick and mortar store to doing these online businesses and coaching. But here's the truth. Women are actually starting businesses at record rates. And the reason is we're living longer. And secondly, we're resourceful, we're determined, and we're capable of a lot of things, right? We're great at doing so many things, especially as moms. We've had the careers, we've been married, we've juggled a family, we do lots of things. And if you're feeling that fear of starting, or maybe you are just started, but you feel really overwhelmed, here's some things I want to help you with. Number one, believe in yourself. Believe in that inner knowing and trust yourself that you've got that dream and that goal and that idea and step forward and do it. Secondly, you are capable and you are qualified. Focus on your strengths and all of the value, the incredible value that you bring with all of your life experience, everything you've been through up until now. And I also want to encourage you to find your tribe. Surround yourself with supportive women who are kind of walking through this journey as well. And get some coaching. I coach one-on-one. I'd love to help you if you are needing that. I also have a free community called Female Entrepreneurs Step Forward. But it's so important to really plug in somewhere and get around like-minded women who are having the same struggles and challenges that you are, and talk about that, talk about stepping beyond it, and celebrating the wins as well. I also want to encourage you to take action. Don't wait until you feel 100% ready or until you have it all figured out. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just need to start. Start right where you are with what you have and step forward. And I can help you do that as well. And I also have a course that I love. It's one of my favorite courses that I do that will help you unlock the power of your voice and speak with confidence if you're already started and you need help just showing up on camera and stepping beyond that fear. It's so important that as you're launching your business, you show up on some platform, right? Whether that's Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or even podcasting. But it's important that you allow people to get to know, like, and trust you. They need to see you. They need to hear you. And they need to see your content. Who are you? What do you do? Who are you helping? So showing up on camera is really important. And I love teaching women how to do that with confidence. And truly, the very best thing you can do is show up as yourself. And we talk about all of that. That's one of the things that I talk about in my 6-week Speak course, which is the power of unlocking your voice. And my next class actually will start July 11th. So I'll put all that here in the show notes. Just if you're curious, check it out. Oh yeah, and my other bonus, I offer in that course how to do a podcast, how to start a podcast easily. I'm super passionate about it. I've had my podcast now for 3 years. And I absolutely love doing this. It's a great way to share who you are. So let's dive into what I want to talk about today, because starting a business is courageous. It takes a lot of courage. And as I share in my book, Step Forward, you've got to step into those courageous cowboy boots and put one foot in the stirrup, climb up on that horse and ride like the wind. You just got to go for it. As I say, nothing happens sitting on a couch, right? Your dreams happen when you take a courageous step forward, and confidence happens when you take the courageous steps. Confidence doesn't come before courage. You actually have to have the courage to step forward and start. Make sense? Okay, so feeling overwhelmed. I keep hearing this over and over, and I have moments too. I don't think it ever really goes away, but we just have to learn to manage these things that rise up, right? But for women, when we're first starting, we really do feel overwhelmed. And even with the exciting data that shows that women over 45 are the leading force in starting businesses, it's super normal to feel overwhelmed, especially at the beginning. And here are some common reasons that women experience this. Number one, imposter syndrome, or as you may hear many talk about, those limiting beliefs that kind of circle around in our mind, right? And doubt is the number one thing that I hear women talk about that keeps them from moving forward. You doubt your abilities and you don't think you're smart enough or you're qualified enough or you wonder what people are going to think, right? It's a very real struggle that many female entrepreneurs struggle with. And I call this the doubt monster. Mine is actually Debbie Doubter, and I talk about this in my book. I've actually given it a name, but it's definitely something that we all face. And this is the number one thing that I hear from all women. It's this self-doubt that we have. It's that nagging voice that's in your head and cause you to kind of ruminate and those thoughts swirl in your mind. You think you're not good enough. You think you're not qualified. You wonder, who are you to do this, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about because that doubt can be so paralyzing. And that doubt actually breeds inaction. It keeps you stuck. When you question your abilities, it's so much easier to stay right where you are in your little comfort zone, stay stuck and kind of stay put rather than taking a risk and putting yourself out there and starting something new. And what happens is that inaction actually creates a sense of stagnation. And then you start to feel really overwhelmed. Does that make sense? Because then you start to swirl in the overwhelm. Because instead of taking a step forward, that doubt sends you spiraling emotionally. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, as I shared before, right? You start to think about all those things that you don't know, everything that could be going wrong or not go right, or you could fail, or wonder what everybody's going to think, right? Or wonder what you're doing now, right? Especially if you're stepping forward again in a new career and reinventing yourself. And this causes mental overwhelm, and it makes it impossible to focus and move forward. Then that leads into that analysis paralysis. Doubting yourself will lead to that overanalyzing every single decision you're making rather than just getting in and doing it. And you'll get stuck in that cycle of what ifs and shoulds, should I? We never should on each other or should on yourself. And it paralyzes you. You will never take action. That analysis paralysis, getting all the information, gathering all the data, questioning, wondering, will keep you overwhelmed and keep you stuck. Should I do this program? Should I do that program? Should I talk to this coach? Should I talk to that coach? And so the spiraling goes. But here's the key. Doubt doesn't have to win, right? Here's some things that I want to help you with because there are things that I've learned to silence that, what I call Debbie Doubter or that doubt monster. Number one, challenge your thoughts. Recognize it's there. Recognize it's self-doubt. Give it a name like I have. And then replace that negative thought pattern with a positive I am statement. I've shared this before. I keep an entire list of I am statements at my desk and I look at it. And when I'm on a walk, I have an acronym that I use that I say every single morning when I take my dog on a walk. It's called STEP. S is I am strong. And now I've added I am smart. T is tenacious. I am tenacious. E is empowered. I am empowered. P is purposeful. And God has a plan and purpose for my life. And I will say that over and over with every step I take. I say it numerous times, and it makes such a difference in my day and the way I think about myself. So create your own acronym. It's really powerful, but have those I am statements that will diminish those negative thoughts. When you say, I'm afraid, I'm so scared to do this, then you say, no, I am courageous. I am fearless. If you say, I don't know what to do, I feel so overwhelmed. No, I am resilient. I am qualified. My life experience tells me I am capable. You can say, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I am a leader. My soul is fierce. My heart is brave. My mind is strong. Use any of those and create your own, okay? And what I want you to remember is that every successful entrepreneur has experienced doubt. You're not alone. This is such a normal feeling. So normalize it. But the secret is really recognizing it and taking action anyway. You don't let it stop you. You continue to move forward. Another thing that keeps us swirling in this doubt and feeling overwhelmed is the incredible amount of information overload. It's just a real fact. There are so many things available to us at any moment and in an instant. With AI, you can get an answer at any moment. And all you have to do is scroll through Facebook, look on Instagram, we're looking on TikTok, we're looking on YouTube, we're signing up for all these courses, people are selling things. It really gets overwhelming. Which course do you take? Which platform do you use? Should you do a website? Should you start a podcast? Should you just show up and speak on a video? Should you go live on Facebook? All these options are so overwhelming. And as I shared in one of my previous podcast episodes, is choose your lane. I say choose 2 to 3 platforms that you love showing up on and stick with that. One of them needs to be short form content. That's anything that is 1.5 minutes and less. And then anything that's long form content, 1.5 minutes or longer videos, doing a YouTube, doing a podcast, writing a longer post. That's long form content. But choose maximum 3 platforms that you're going to show up on and choose the ones where you love to live. Otherwise, you're not even going to do it. And number 3, the thing that holds women back is that fear of failure. It's very real, right? We are so afraid we're going to make ourselves look silly. We're not going to do it correctly. And we worry about what other people are thinking, right? So there's a huge risk in starting something new. But I love what Sarah Blakely talks about and what makes her so amazing. And if you follow her on Instagram, you can really even see this in her personality. She's got this really kind of fun, silly, just carefree side of her. And I think a lot of it was because when she was young and sitting around the dinner table, her father went around the table and asked them to share what is the one thing they failed at today. Not what they succeeded at, but what did they fail at? Why did he ask that? He wanted to normalize failure because failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of success. We can't have success without failing and making mistakes first, right? It's just a part of the journey. But we make such a big deal out of it. It too appears as like this other big, green, ugly monster that we're so afraid of. Who cares? So you make a mistake. We all make mistakes. We're human. And here's a 411. You're going to make mistakes. Expect them. Stop being surprised by them. And the way to overcome this is also just taking that brave and courageous action, but being reminded of your strengths. Focus on them. What skills and experiences are you bringing to the table? You know your stuff. You've been through something really challenging. You've overcome something. You have incredible knowledge in a very specific profession that you have been in over the last many years. So celebrate that and remind yourself that you know that you know, right? And then just start small. You don't have to do everything at once. That's also what causes a lot of overwhelm. We think we've got to start and do all these things. And I've said on my other podcast that the number one thing you have to do is just figure out who you want to help. Who is that person? Focus on that. Why do you want to help them? Probably because it's something you've been through and you figured out a solution to overcome that issue so that you can help someone else get to where they need to go faster and with less pain and probably less time, right? The how will come. So ponder on this and just be reminded that you are so capable, you are so smart, you are so strong. Don't let the overwhelm hold you back from pursuing your dreams and goals. As I say, if I can do this, if I can start a podcast, write a book, coach, and start my business and reinvent myself several times, so can you. And the more you do it, the less afraid you are. And I want to leave you with some empowering statistics because while you feel overwhelmed, here's a little stat to empower you and encourage you today, especially as an entrepreneur. According to studies by the Kauffman Foundation and Babson College, women over 45 are definitely the largest demographic starting businesses. And we're redefining what it means to be an entrepreneur because women are launching businesses across all industries. This includes coaching, consulting, and creative businesses in the knowledge industry. And the knowledge industry is someone who's a thought leader and someone who has taken their experience from what they've been through, like I was talking about earlier, and created a business, right? According to what Dean Graziosi says, you've all seen him and heard of him if you don't already follow him. He's a partner with Tony Robbins. The data shows that the knowledge industry is growing and doing $1 billion a day, and it is not showing any signs of slowing down. In fact, the data shows that it's actually projected to do 1 trillion by the year 2028. Pretty crazy, right? Does that tell you what people want and need? They want to learn from someone who has had a similar experience. They want to learn how to overcome it. And they want to learn how to get on the other side of it with a whole lot less pain and grow faster to save them time and money, right? The data shows that people want to learn from someone else who's been through something similar and gotten on the other side of it. And I know you have something to share too. Whether that's an experience or an idea that can help someone get on the other side of a broken relationship, whether that's a divorce or just poor communication, or someone who's recovering from an addiction, or helping someone with their finances, or helping someone get their first RV, like my client Kathy, or a coach, someone like me who's helping women start their businesses, likely reinventing themselves and pivoting to step forward towards something new as an entrepreneur. Whatever that is, I know that you have something inside of you. We just watched Dean Graziosi share a story of a woman who's teaching people how to start their own garden and grow their own vegetables. And you know what? She's making millions of dollars a year. People want to grow their own food and eat healthy, right? Obviously, there's a need for that. So you can do anything to start your business as well. You just have to take the courageous action. And why coaching or course creation, right? Many women over the age of 45 are leveraging their experience and wisdom to become coaches. We're passionate. We're passionate about helping others. We're passionate about helping them achieve their goals and their dreams, whether that's in business or health or personal development, like I mentioned. And you have so much wisdom and experience. You bring a very unique perspective to the coaching world. We've navigated careers. We've raised our families. We've had personal challenges. And we can offer so much guidance and support. A friend of mine recovered from a really bad concussion, and she's now a trainer for Dr. Amen. He's world renowned. If you don't follow him, he's amazing. And she's helping so many people get healthy and step beyond their injury and to live a normal, healthy life. She's also a naturopath, so she kind of combines both of those. And actually, she's been on my podcast. Her name is Katie Jolly. If you don't follow her, she's amazing. So she is someone who's combined her profession and her knowledge as well as her passion and her own life experience. But we can help so many step forward beyond hard things, help them navigate life transitions, help them overcome and rise up and be resilient and pivot and reinvent ourselves, right? It's never too late. That's the best news of all. It's never too late. And what I love most about doing podcasts, they're a lot like writing a book. They don't have a shelf life. They're not going to disappear off social media platforms. They're here to stay. And people can search for a topic, like going to a library and searching through the library to see what book title interests you or what topic interests you. The same happens with the podcast. And your podcast title and what you are sharing with all of your episodes are like a small library within a big library. Does that make sense? The bigger, greater library is the podcast world, right? On Apple and Spotify, and now Amazon as well. And then your category is a subcategory. And I actually talk about this in my Speak course on how to be found, why search engine optimization matters, why using keywords matter. I didn't even pay attention to any of this when I first started, but I now know the value of this. It's really a way for people to find you, people that are interested in what you're talking about. So for me, it's female entrepreneurs, it's women, it's starting again, it's stepping beyond hard things, it's stepping beyond these limiting beliefs. So I talk about all of this in my Speak course, and I'd love to have you if you're interested in this. It's just a great way to really connect with your audience. When you're sitting here behind a microphone, it's so personal. You've got somebody in that's listening to you while they're on a walk or doing something else, and you have their attention for 15, 20 minutes. It's awesome. And guess what? They really get to know you. And the best part, you can sit in the quiet of your space and just talk. It's so much fun. I love this so much, and I love helping other women do this because I think it's a great way to connect with your audience. So all this to say that if you are struggling with that doubt, feeling overwhelmed, it's all normal. I just want to empower you and help you move beyond it because women are powerhouses. We are starting businesses, and midlife women especially are moving forward, starting these businesses, reinventing themselves, taking their life experience and helping others move forward with your life. And I want that to be you too. Don't stay stuck where you are. Let go of that fear and take that courageous action and step forward. Know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Let's keep stepping forward together. I'm here with you every step of the way. God bless. Well, I hope this episode really blessed you today and you had a few key takeaways that you can implement in your own life and business. If so, could you take 30 seconds and leave me a review? Because it blesses me to know that this podcast is helping you. And don't forget to click subscribe so that you can catch each episode. Until we meet again, may God bless you and may you continue to step forward.